Hey there, it's Colleen from Ride Proud, or as I was told the other day, it's Colleen with the white horses. That's me. I do. I have white horses. Um, I wanted to talk to you about something new today. When I was heading out on the weekend, I quickly did a little video and I threw it up on the Facebook page. And I asked the question whether or not you ride with a first aid kit when you go out and ride, particularly if you're going out on the trail. It's a different story if you're down the arena. I guess that's not quite so important. But out on the trail, I think it is. And I asked the question, and I got different responses back. You know, some do, some don't. Um, I want you to consider it. I think that you should be riding with a first aid kit. And let me back up the truck, and I'll tell you how this came about. I'm not really a trail rider. That's not really my thing. There's nothing I love more than to go down to the arena and just piddle around down there. I love the classical dressage. That's where my real interest lies. But I know my horses need to get out and about. I know when they get a little bit stale on the arena, that I need to get them out on the trail and clear their head. And when we do come back, we come back better, as happens. Variety is the spice of life and all that. Anyway, in particular, I have one horse that needs to do some miles. He has problems with his hind end. Well, I'll tell you, he has bilateral stifle lock. So he's very weak on the hind end. So we know we have to get him out doing lots of long straight miles. So that's our plan. So we've recently bought a new saddle. My husband has kindly agreed to come riding with me, even though it's not really his thing. He's great with the horses, but I think he'd rather be out in the boat or at golf or something. But anyway, he's agreed. He's kindly agreed. So we've just bought a beautiful new stock saddle for him to ride in. Thank you, Peter Horrobin. So we're all set to go. And then I started to think about safety on the trail and what we were going to do about it, if something should happen. And then you think about, well, what first aid kit, how are we going to carry it, and that sort of thing. We have a small business up here, and I've known about this business for quite some years. In fact, I knew the woman who owned the business. It's recently been sold. I know the business, and I think the product is fantastic. It's a small business up here called Rescue Swag. So what I did was I reached out to the current owner, Di, and we started talking about the Rescue Swag. She has so kindly sent me up everything I need, the complete kit and caboodle of a first aid kit that I could possibly need for out on the trail. And she sent it to me, and it's a fantastic little kit with that rolls up like your swag, rolls up and straps to the back of the saddle. So I've got that here, and what I want to do is show you how I do it. So I've got it over there. I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to try and do something a little bit fancy pants, and I'm going to video my unwrapping and just walk you through it and walk you through the content. Then after that, we're going to go down to the arena, saddle up the horse, and put the rescue swag on. Okay, stay tuned. Hang around till the end because I've got a special deal for you. Di's got a deal. So here we have it. Here's our rescue swag. I'm going to pull it apart now and see what's inside, because I understand what we have in here is we have the human first aid kit, but I understand we also have the equine add-on kit. Now, the other thing I know about the first aid kits, but I'm going to try and get Di on to tell us some more about this. This yellow case is actually designed to carry water,
And it can also convert and become a brace. And that's all on the website, but that's what I understand so far. Ooh, it's a bit fancy. We've got lots of stuff in here. Equestrian module. So we've got a band-aid, bandage, sports tape, dual head stethoscope, a spray, dermal powder, and a reusable bag. Okay, we're going to pull that apart a bit later and see what's inside the equine kit. This is the Adventurer for minor injuries, and it's got all these first aid-y things. We have the snake bite kit. This is a bit fancy. A little QR code to scan for first aid. It'll tell you how to do the first aid for a snake bite. And what have we got here? Major injuries. Okay, so it looks like Di has sent me the whole kit and caboodle. Complete with emergency numbers, Australia, New Zealand and US. So I'm sure our Canadian listeners will know what Canada's is. In fact, tell me what it is if we have a Canadian listening to us. Okay, so this is it. This is the kits. And they all bundle up in there, zip up in here, like we just unzipped it. Okay. So that actually appears to zip quite easily when you've got it lined up properly. You have a zipper at this end too? Yep. Yeah, it's not the best angle, I know. I'm actually at my packing station and I've got the phone just up on the bench above me. So how does this happen? Okay, it rolls like this. Velcro tab comes onto here. Zips up nice and compact and tight. Right, and this is where we're connected to the back of the saddles. So the new saddle that I bought actually has the D-rings there, exactly like that. We bought one of the Horriban stock saddles, so that will connect perfectly. What have we got in here? Looks like a good spot to put some lollies, but I guess that's not what it's about. What's in here, Dawn? Nothing. And here we have how to use the splint. This is what I was saying before. Very, very smart, very well done. And a water bucket. So a splint, a sling, and a water bucket. That's really clever. Okay, so that's the rescue swag. I'm going to get Di to come and talk to us because she'll know far more than I do. But what I'm going to do now, or later, is I'm actually going to take this down and I'm going to put it on the back of the horse. See how we go. Hey, so I'm back. I'm down here at the stable and I've got the horse out and I've saddled him up and all hell has broken loose because when I was fussing around with this, I left the gate open to the tack shed where I got the saddle out and the feed's in there and I've had the other bloody horse in the feed shed. Oh man, it's been a bit crazy. Anyway, here we are. I've got my compañero here all saddled up ready to go. I'm going to flick this camera around if I can. No, I can't. I'm going to cut this and I'm going to turn the camera around so I can show you this rescue swag attached to the saddle. Okay, here we have. Here's the new stock saddle with the rescue swag at the back of it. So you can see it actually fits up there really quite snugly. here we are at the back of the saddle, and like all the stock saddles and the fenders, they've got these little D-rings, and this clip that I showed you up at the house, that's just clipped on there. Let me try and come around here. Yeah, here's the other side, and again it's just clipped on. It's got these little this little fastener in here, so I pulled it on, and because I was in a hurry, I didn't pack all this extra webbing away, but that could be rolled up and got rid of. But I just tightened it and pulled it in snug there. Let me come out a bit wider. Oop, wrong way. Here. So it just sits up there, and this of course hasn't come down into shape. I reckon that will mould over the back of the horse. Excuse my grubby horse. I reckon that'll just mould over there, and I reckon before long that will be as snug as anything. It's already sitting in there really snugly right now. So I'm so pleased to have this thing. Now Colin and I can go riding together, and we have everything we need. Yeah, I'm going to feel a whole lot better about that. My mate Michelle is heading off on her long ride, and I know she takes, as I said before, she has one that she takes, and I feel really good knowing that she has everything she needs when she's on the trail as well. I reckon they're great. Let me flick this around. Can't flick it around. Let me turn it off and come back on screen for you. Okay, so I've spun it around so I can talk to you about this again. So safety on the trail has been on my mind a lot lately, because I know we're going to be doing a fair bit of it coming up in the following months, and because I know Cole's not really experienced on he's not really a rider. He's doing it for me, and he's doing it for Compañero. So I'm really grateful about that, and I want us to be as safe as we possibly can. So I'm absolutely stoked to have the rescue swag here, and so I actually want all of our trail riders to have it. One of the features of our riding pants is the thigh pocket, because I was very conscious of the fact that you put your phone in your saddlebag. If you come off when the horse goes home without you, you haven't got a phone. You've got no way of contacting them. So I was already switched onto that, and this is just the next progression. So I think it's a good idea. I think if you're a trail rider, I think you should have one. And as I said, Di's got a special deal for us. I will put if you're on an email list, you'll know this, because you'll get an email. She's got a code for us, especially for us, and we'll all get 10% discount. If you're not on the email list, get on the email list. This is the kind of thing that you find out about, and we've got more of this coming up. Yeah, I'm doing a fair bit of networking with other equestrian businesses, so there's more. Get on the list. If not, I'll give you the code. Just message me and I'll send you the code. All right, I'm actually going to swap these saddles over, and I'm going for a ride, if I can get one in before the rain comes. All right, thanks for putting up with me, guys. Bye.